The data was collected by a network of smart sensors called Ting. Now, these sensors are distributed to homeowners by insurance companies. They're designed to detect electrical hazards that could spark a house fire. But the company's CEO says when you take a look at the data as a whole, it can pinpoint problems on the power grid in real time. Monday, August 7th at 10:47 p.m., surveillance video captured an explosion outside the Maui Bird Conservation Center, upcountry off Olinda Road. Minutes later, flames were recorded burning in the tree line. Now, CEO of Whisker Labs, Bob Marshall, is coming forward with information he says was captured by a network of smart sensors installed in nearby homes.
If you look at the Ting data, all the sensors in that area, 10 sensors, measured at that very instant a sharp drop in voltage that is the actual fault occurring on the electrical grid.
A fault is defined as an abnormal electric current caused by some sort of equipment failure. Examples include a transformer exploding, a fallen power line, or when two lines touch.
Any of those faults, just like what you see in the video from the bird sanctuary, are likely to cause an arc or a spark. That means there's molten shards of hot metal falling down to the ground.
Between Monday, August 7th and Tuesday, August 8th, 3 major fires broke out on Maui. During that same time period, Marshall says 78 sensors spread out across the island detected a total of 122 faults on Maui's electrical grid.
And that's not normal at all. I mean, there's typically not more than a few faults on any given day on Maui. And so this was definitely a result of the winds.
In West Maui, he says there's evidence the power grid was under tremendous stress.
Just looking at the sensors in Lahaina, there were 34 faults measured kind of between the 11 o'clock Monday night time frame and the 5 a.m. time period when they went offline. And those were increasing in frequency and severity.
Around the same time, Ting data indicated that power outage.
Freaking power line just went down.
A Lahaina man captured this video outside his home after he says he was awoken by howling winds.
I hear a pop coming from across the street. As soon as I hear the pop, all I heard is like electrical, like zzz, going on the ground there. See them right there, that's the power line that started. So the fire from there, to me, it simulated a fuse, and it just followed a straight line all the way up to the pole where the thing was, and it landed in a bigger pile of dry grass, and that just ignited.
Fire crews were initially able to stop the spread of the flames, but he says relentless winds stirred up embers, later reigniting the blaze. On Tuesday, the state told HNN investigates the official cause of the fires had not been determined and likely won't be for some time.
We will, as in any incident of this nature, eventually be looking at causes and measures that will improve safety in the future. But again, this is one where all of the assets that would be involved in investigating reports like that are trying to restore service at the moment.
Meanwhile, Marshall says when it comes to the Kula fire, the data is clear.
We have direct video evidence that, that there was a large arc flash. It corresponds to a fault on the grid.
As for the fire that claimed an untold number of lives in Lahaina town, he believes there are significant indications problems with the power grid played a role.
Any of the other faults could spark a wildfire. So I think given everything we know, it's likely that's the case.
We asked officials at Hawaiian Electric to respond to this new information. We're still waiting to hear back. The utility has said it's cooperating with the state's investigation of the fires and that it's also conducting its own.